As an entrepreneur, Tryson Jones coming at you here with another Top 5 Friday. And today I'm going to talk to you about something a little more specific than some of the other videos that I've done from my experience. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Got to keep this short because I got to run. So number one, or what we're going to cover today, is the top 5 internet marketing myths. You know, there's a lot of misconceptions that go on from the general consumer when it comes to the internet, e-commerce, or making money online that hold them back, and I know from experience should not be holding them back. So if this helps any of you to answer your questions as to, you know, how can I make money online, or is it possible, you know, I hope this can provide some sort of value for you. So number one, you know, people think and have the misconception that they need to have a product to be able to make money online, which is absolutely not the case. There's two ways that people make money online. You either drive traffic for other companies and they'll pay you for the traffic that you drive to them, or you facilitate a sale yourself. Either way, the word commerce means you're trading money for a time, good, or a service. So if you're driving them to another website to facilitate that, or you're doing that yourself, you can gain access to products through drop shipping, which is wholesaling, but in a way that you don't have to purchase products up front. So if you think you have to have a product, get that out of your head. As long as you set up things correctly, put in a little bit of time and effort, you can approach companies, you can approach wholesalers and suppliers, and you can market their products without ever having to create them, touch them, see them, feel them, or handle them whatsoever. And that's a thing that's appealing to a lot of people about the internet, is you wipe out a lot of the wasted money and the wasted time that goes into your traditional retail business. That's why Amazon alone has done more commerce than Walmart, Macy's, Nordstrom's, Best Buy, Sears, Target, and I know I'm leaving one out of there. It had $100 billion more in 2016 than all those retail stores combined. So if that gives you an idea of, you know, the internet, everybody on Amazon primarily is selling products that they didn't create themselves. Not everybody, but most people. So the second misconception is that you need to be tech savvy. Again, absolutely not the case. You don't have to know the ins and outs of a computer. You don't have to know how to code a website. You don't have to know really much at all except how to navigate the internet, and you have to know how to be taught. But as far as being tech savvy, you don't have to know these things, because the softwares that other people who do know have created to make it easy for the end user, like yourself or the average consumer, make it so that you don't have to be tech savvy. They make it so that it's really just a plug and play, self-explanatory type of system and approach, as long as you know the right tools and you know how to use them. So you don't need to be tech savvy. You can learn this, and you can learn it pretty quickly with a little bit of knowledge and some application. So the third myth is that, you know, you need 40 hours a week to be successful on the internet. And, you know, I guess the opposite myth is that it takes no time, and we'll address that here in a minute. But, you know, I say that because, yeah, maybe you'll put 40 hours a week in to build your business. But again, what attracts a lot of people to the internet is the idea of automation. And if you can set things up properly, then yes, once your business gets up and going, and the best part about the internet is once you start to gain momentum, it doesn't slow down. The more exposure you have, the more exposure you get. So, you know, you don't need to work 40 hours a week to get things off the ground. If you do to get them off the ground, great. That's going to happen quicker, and then you'll be at a point where you're creating that passive income faster. But as long as you put in a little bit of time every day, you know, this is something that, again, is set up to be automated. So at that point, it's just a matter of getting something in place, fine-tuning it, fine-tuning it, fine-tuning it, fine-tuning it, and eventually you may be one of those people that ends up making tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in, you know, a day or a week's period of time. But with that being said, you know, the market is definitely not saturated. There was over $3 trillion that traded hands online last year. That's going to grow this year, without a doubt. This has been the largest, fastest growing industry in the history of the world for 25 years strong. So the market's not saturated. You know, we have a woman who we worked with years ago. She sells animal feces and 5-gallon buckets as a gag gift, and she makes a full-time income doing that. So, you know, don't think that that the market's saturated, because I promise you, with hundreds of millions of people using the internet, there's somebody out there that wants anything. There's somebody I could sell this used marker to. I promise you that. And if you doubt me, challenge me. So, you know, the other thing is, this won't make you rich overnight. Again, that's kind of what all of this has led to is, yes, it is something that is set up to be automated. Yes, you can make more money with less time than a lot of other opportunities, but it will not make you rich overnight without the knowledge, without the work, without the application, without the failures, without the successes, without the process of elimination, without identifying your customer, without finding your product. All these things are going to go into making your business successful and making it lucrative for you long term. Yeah, you could go out there, throw something together and make a bunch of money really quickly, but is it going to last you, right? So would you rather make $100,000 this week or make $1 million this year? I guess that's the question, right? And so you need to think about all these things when you're putting your business together, and make sure that what you're doing, what you're offering, what you're promoting is something that can be sustainable for you, not only year round, but long term, 5-10 years down the road. Is this type of product, or is this product going to be needed? And am I moving in a direction that I can produce some sort of security for myself long term? You know, as far as security goes, I think that all of us can agree the internet's not going to disappear anytime soon. I think we can all agree that if you want a successful business in today's marketplace, you have to have an internet presence. So if you're reluctant to learn this stuff, stop, get that out of your head, because Elon Musk said in 2019, most Americans should be worried about their job getting replaced by a robot, and robots are computers. So learn this stuff, learn how to utilize whatever your idea is, whatever your business is, whatever you sell. Learn how to integrate it into the internet if you haven't done that already. And if you have, then pay attention to the changes going on in the marketplace, because things are shifting very, very heavily right now. And if you're not able to adapt to those shifts, then you're going to get left behind, and that's another guarantee. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Like I said, I got to run. I'll see you next week at the very latest for another Top 5 Friday. And